Let me tell you something. Oftentimes, when people want to achieve something, the first question, which is normally the wrong question, the first question people ask themselves is, how will I do it? You tell someone to achieve anything or do anything, the first question they'll ask is, how will I do it? Now, that is the wrong question. But you want to control your mind. You don't want your mind to run you. If you allow your mind or your brain to run you, then there's a problem. You want to control your mind and empower your mind to run you in the right direction. You will perform so well that people will wonder, were you this genius? Because limiting beliefs makes you look like you are not a genius and you're a genius. They'll start wondering, where was this genius? Where was this mathematician? You tell them, I was around. I was just limited by a single belief. I did away with it. Here I am. This is the new me that you didn't know. I used to be like this, even when I used to get 12. I discovered what men did get 12. Here I get 90. What do you see? It's possible. It's doable. How many of us are going to do that? Let me show by the show of your hand. How many of us are going to do that? Great. Then the next time when God gets us to be together, I'll show you something else. So that you change your life for good. Sometimes back I was telling people, if and I need to be very clear about this, so I'm going to explain this so that you do not misunderstand it. I told them, if you want to really succeed, be lazy. Yes, I'll explain that. If you want to be successful, you need to be lazy. Now let me explain what that means. Because some of you stop waking up and going to class and trying to be lazy to be successful, you're going to fail. So let me explain what that means. Laziness means that you want to find the most easiest, effective way to get results so you don't get so tired. You want to find the most easiest way and the most effective way to get the results that you want so that you don't waste the time and you don't get so tired. That's someone who is lazy. People are lazy, they don't want to work hard. So what do? They are smart. When I want to poison a river, if I am lazy, I don't want to go downstream putting a lot of poison. That's a waste of my time. I want to wake up in the morning, after 2 minutes, the whole game is done. And you because I'm lazy. So I have to think. Laziness requires you think. People succeed are lazy, but they are not lazy in terms of that, like they are not working hard. They do work hard, but they don't waste a lot of time and a lot of their energy. So they ask themselves, they think, how can I get this done the fastest way possible, using the less time possible, and less of my effort and energy? So they have to think. Today I want us to talk about the power of belief. The power of belief. Write that one down. The power of beliefs. The power of beliefs. B-E-L-I-E-F-S. B-E-L-I-E-F-S. Beliefs or belief. The power of beliefs or the power of belief. I want to ask you a question. What is a belief? B-E-L-I-E-F. Not B-E-L-I-E-V-E. The two are different. B-E-L-I-E-F and B-E-L-I-E-V-E are different. They are not the same. How many of us agree with me? How many of us are confused? How many of us agree with me? How many of us disagree with me? Okay. How many of us are confused? Okay. How many of us have never heard of those two? How many of us have heard of one of them? What have you heard and what have you not heard? Both. You've heard of both. Okay. Someone to tell me Believe, the one that I know most of you know. The Believe. Okay, someone to tell me what is that? What is that? Believe. What is that? It's in the Bible, almost all over in the Bible. Believe. Yes? Exactly. To have strong faith on something. Okay? So that one we all know. Now I want us to talk about the other one, which we do not know. Or probably we cannot define or explain. Now, let me ask you a question. When you see someone on a suit and a tie and driving a car, what do you think about them? You say they are rich. Great. Or you say they are pastors. Okay. Or you say they are successful. Or you say they are professors. Wow. Or you say they are doctors. Now, what is that? It's a belief. Belief. Okay? It's a belief. You believe when you see someone on a suit and a tie, they're driving a good car. In your mind, you believe they are successful. Or in your mind, you believe they are rich. So that is belief. It's different from the one where you are believing or having faith in something. Okay? So the belief we are going to talk about is that one. That when you see something, you interpret what it means. Okay? When you see someone on a suit and a tie, your interpretation, your perception of them is either they are successful, they are rich, they are pastor, they are professor, they are all those things. Now, do you need someone to tell you they are all those things that you interpret them to be? Do you need someone to tell you that for you to believe it? No, it comes naturally. Now let me ask you, who told you that when someone is on a suit and a tie, they are successful? Who told you that? So where did you get that from? You seem to have. Where did you get that from? Come again? Yes? Someone shoot up your head and shout your answer. Where did you get that one from? Come again? Nature. Okay, someone just be nature. Alright, someone else? Yes? Stand up and shout, we are young. Shout your answer. Assumptions. You assume. Now, so I want us to talk about belief. Now, let me define what a belief is. And you can write it down so that you can move together. So what is a belief? A belief is having certainty. Having certainty about what something means. A belief is having certainty. Yani kuwa na uhakikisho. Having certainty about what something means. A belief is having certainty about what something means. And so when you see someone dressed very well, you know beyond the benefit of doubt, they have money, they are rich, they are successful. If you see someone on a white coat, what do you believe they are? Doctors. Who told you that? You are too young and to know a lot of things. Where did you get that young from? Who told you that? So you have a belief. You give it a meaning. And sometimes they may not even be a doctor. But you already have a belief. You know what, when someone is on a white coat, you have what that means. Now, it might mean different to different people. Okay? So what does that mean? What does that mean? It means that beliefs are different for different people. Beliefs are different for different people. Someone who sees someone on a white coat, they might interpret that He's a chemistry teacher. Exactly, lab technician. You see now, you are believing different things. You see someone on a white coat, you believe they are lab technician. Someone else, you see that, a same person on a white coat, and they'll believe they are doctors. So we can have different beliefs on the same thing. Okay? We can have different beliefs. We can look at one thing and give it different meaning. Okay? Now, let me ask you a question. Do you think that the meaning that you give to something determines how you respond to it? It does? Yes. Okay. So that means, and remember, the meaning that you give to something is what you believe it is. So that means beliefs control your response. Are we together? We just agreed when you see something, what you believe it to be, the meaning that you give to it, how you interpret it will determine how you respond to it. And your interpretation is based on your belief. So what does that mean? It means that beliefs control our responses. You can write that one down. Our beliefs control our responses. Our beliefs control our responses. I want to show you the power of belief. Our belief control responses. Now, when you go to the Bible, the term used for belief is faith. Okay? Same thing. For those of us who want to learn a little bit about Greek, let me teach you a little bit about Greek. Sawa. Now, the word faith, the one used in the Bible, it's a root word for Greek. And that root word for Greek is spelled pistis, P-I-S-T-I-S. P-I-S-T-I-S. And the word pistis, which is a Greek word, refers to belief. B-E-L-I-E-F-S. So faith and belief, they are the same. Okay? Faith, which is used in the Bible, and belief, just started with, they are the same. Sawa. Now, so we just realized that our beliefs control our responses. And you can face the same situation and have different beliefs on the same thing, which means you are going to respond differently. Are we together? Because if I see her and I have a totally different belief about her, she sees her, she has a totally different belief about her, we are going to respond to her differently. Now, what is response? What is response? Today we are going to learn a lot. What is response? Write the word response. Write the word response. R-A-S-P-O-N-S-E. Response. What is response? The right response equals, you can put equal sign. Response equals decision plus action. Decision, like a plus sign, action. That's just a formula. Response equals decision plus action. So when you say someone has responded, what you are saying is they have made a decision about something and they have acted. That's response. Okay? When a lion roars outside there, are you going to respond? Yes. How are you going to respond? Running. So why are you running? Before you run, you make a decision. That means death. You have to give it a meaning first before you respond. You say, that means death, my life is in danger. And then the next thing you ask yourself, what am I supposed to do? Run. So you have responded. So response is decision plus action. Okay? Now, The most powerful force in the universe is belief. Write that one down. Belief is the most powerful force in the universe. Belief is the most powerful force in the universe. Belief is the most powerful force in the universe. And you might say, oh, and where is God? I thought we are in church today, so why are you saying believe the most powerful force in the universe? God does not operate without belief. God and belief, they move together. God and belief, they move together. Why does God operate with belief? Because he knows it is the most powerful force under the universe. And it's also the most powerful being. Okay? So, if belief is the most powerful force under the universe, and our beliefs is what controls our responses. And our responses, what is our response? Decision plus action. Now, let me ask you a question. If you want to get results, if you want to get good results, let's start from there. If you want to get good results at the end of the term, what do you do? You work hard, okay? So you have to take an action for you to get results. Are we together? Results are generated by actions. Without action, there is no result. Without action, there is no outcome. Are we together? And that's why, if you really want to make sure you pass at the end of the term, you have to take action. What is that action? You wake up in the morning, you go to class, late in the evening you are in class, you are studying, you are taking action. Why are you taking action? You want to get better? Yes. So write this one down. Actions produces results. Action produces results. Action produces results. Action produces results. Now, who is the mother of action? Someone to give me the answer to that. Who is the mother of action? What generates action? Yes? Okay, with different answers. And you're almost there. Some are true, some are kidogo, they need some tweaking. But I want someone to shoot up their hand. Let someone try. What is the mother of action? Shoot up your hand. Now you're scared? We said you need to be confident. Last session, I remember us talking about little Jane and little Mary. You remember that message? So we decided that you are going to be very confident people. Okay, let's now put that teaching into action. Right now, right here. So shoot up your hand. What is the mother of... What was I asking? What is the mother of action? Shoot up your hand. Come on, try. Even if you get it wrong, don't worry. Yes. Believe. The mother of action is belief. Do we agree with her? Yes. Exactly. So the mother of action is belief. Now, if you want to write that one down, you can write that one down. The mother of action, or belief, is the mother of action. Belief 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 is the mother of action. So now let me ask you a question, because you people are very intelligent. Let me ask you a question. If I want to change my actions, what am I supposed to change? I want you to shout that answer. You already know it, you're intelligent people. If I want to change my actions, what am I supposed to change? Believe. Exactly. So if I want to change my actions, I'm supposed to change my belief. Now let me ask you another question. Can you write that one down? To change your actions, you need to change your beliefs. You understand this? And it will change your life forever. To change my actions, I need to change my beliefs. Write it down. To change my actions, I need to change my belief. Great. Now, I want to ask you another question. Because you're intelligent people, if I want to change my results, what am I supposed to change? Action. All right, smart people, write that one down. But if I want to change my results, all I need to do is change my actions. Write that one down. To change your results, you need to change your actions. To change your results, you need to change your actions. Just so it's very clear. If I really want to get good results, if I wasn't waking up very early in the morning to go to study, I need to change that. That is the action. I start waking up very early in the morning and going to class. I need to be spending a little bit of time in the evening to study. I need to have my own timetable, my own program. I need to pay attention when the teacher is teaching. Changing a few things, changing a few actions, and it can dramatically change your performance. Simple things. You don't need to be a genius. You need to know what action that is going to give me what I want. Get into that action, make some little changes, and you change the results in your life. Okay? So we have agreed that for us to change our outcome or our results, all we need to do is to change our action. Now, let's go to the grandmother of results. Not the mother of results. We are going to grandmother of results. We all know the mother of results is action. Sindio? The mother of results is action. But who is the grandmother of results? You people are intelligent. Exactly. Believe. Because belief gives birth to action. Action gives birth to results. So belief is the grandmother of actions. You can be your grandfather if you want, but I prefer grandmother. So I want you to write this one, that if I want to change my results, all I need is change my beliefs. If I want to change my results, all I need to do is change my beliefs. If I want to change my results, all I need to do is change my beliefs. If I want to change my results, all I need to do is change my beliefs. Change my beliefs, because my beliefs will change my action, and my action will affect my results. Because my belief, finish up that sentence, because my belief will change my actions. Because my belief will change my actions. Because my belief will change my actions, and my actions will affect my results. And my actions will affect my results. My actions will affect my results. The people are very smart. I'm proud to be here. Which is why I'm going to ask you another question. I need to be coming here around. I like being around smart people. Aren't you smart? You people are smart. So I want to ask you another question. So what is the source of results? Now that we know the mother of results is action, the grandmother of results is belief. So what is the source of results? Belief. Write that one down. Beliefs are the source of results. 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 Now, if you want to poison a river downstream, what do you do? There are two ways you can do it. And one is easy, the other one is hard. So if you have a river going downstream and you want to poison it, you can get your poison. Go downstream poisoning the entire river, which you're going to take a whole week before you get where the river ends. That is one way. And how long is it going to take? Many days. How much of a poison are you going to use? A lot. The other alternative is to go to the source of the river. You put the poison there, then you go home. The entire river will be poisoned. Easy. But not easy if you don't know what you're supposed to do. But once you know what you're supposed to do, things become easy. Once you know the source of something, If you want to change the entire outcome of the whole thing, you go to the source, affect the source, and the entire thing will be affected. So if I want to poison a river downstream, I don't need to buy a lot of poison and walk down the river poisoning. That's a lot of work. Sometimes back I was telling people, if, and I need to be very clear about this, so I'm going to explain this so that you do not misunderstand it. I told them, if you want to really succeed, be lazy. Yes, I'll explain that. If you want to be successful, you need to be lazy. Now let me explain what that means. Because some of you stop waking up and going to class, you try to be lazy to be successful, you're going to fail. So let me explain what that means. Laziness means that you want to find the most easiest, effective way to get results so you don't get so tired. You want to find the most easiest way and the most effective way to get the results that you want so that you don't waste the time and you don't get so tired. That's someone who is lazy. People are lazy, they don't want to work hard. So what do? They are smart. When I want to poison a river, if I am lazy, I don't want to go downstream putting a lot of poison. That's a waste of my time. I want to wake up in the morning, after 2 minutes, the whole game is done. And then because I'm lazy. So I have to think. Laziness requires you think. People succeed are lazy, but they are not lazy in terms of that, like they are not working hard. They do work hard, but they don't waste a lot of time and a lot of their energy. So they ask themselves, they think, how can I get this done the fastest way possible, using the less time possible, and less of my effort and energy? So they have to think. So people don't think and they work hard, they are lazy. If you are moving down the stream, you are poisoning the entire river. Someone will look at you from the outside and say, he's very hard working. I mean, he started from the source of the river, going downstream for a whole month. He's still poisoning. He's very hard working. Yes, you are hard working, but you're lazy. You're lazy because you don't want to think of a better way of doing it. You want to do how or what everybody else does. Most people are lazy. Did I spoil your day? No. I didn't. So I want you to get the difference. So I'm going to spend the whole day, a whole month trying to poison a river. Am I really? I think that's laziness. Because being smart means I need to sit down and ask myself, what is the most easiest way to poison this river? To get the job done, which is required to be done, in less time, with less of my effort. So, people who don't like thinking, they're actually lazy. Successful people think. Have you heard of this adage whereby they say, if you want to cut down a tree, there are two ways you can do it. You can get your axe and go and start cutting down the tree, and if the axe is blunt, you can spend the whole day there cutting the tree. The tree will never come down. But if you are smart, you can spend 2 hours sharpening the axe. You go to the tree, 2 swings, the tree is down, and you go and relax. That is someone who is lazy. They don't want to spend the whole day cutting the tree. So they ask themselves, what do I need to do? I need to spend some time sharpening my axe, so that when I get to doing the job, in a very few minutes I'm done, I go to relax. So in a way they are lazy. They don't want to waste their time and their effort. So in other words, they are smart. Okay? And I want to shift you now to being smart. So that you get the results that you want in the most easiest way possible, in less time. And you even get better results than other people who are always down the river poisoning the river. I want to show you how to go to the source. Make a few changes, things change. That's what being smart is. I heard someone say the other day, he was talking to a group of students, he said, do not work hard, Work smart. Have you ever heard of that? Yes. Do they ever tell you what they mean when they say that? They mean what I'm telling you. That's what they mean. Smart means I am going to get things done quick and get better results. Better results than those who have spent the whole day doing it. So I have to think. I have to come up with a better way to do it. So now we say this, that the source of results are beliefs. That's what you said. That's why beliefs are the most powerful force under the universe. If you change your beliefs, it will change your results. Because you are changing something from the source. So a little shift in your beliefs will shift the results that you get. Now let me ask you a question. We all know there are certain subjects that are very hard. Like which one? Tell me. Shout it. How many are saying physics? Okay, great. Shoot up your hand. If you say physics, let me see your hand. How many are saying physics? We all know physics is hard. Stop pretending. Don't be nice. Be honest. How many are saying physics? How many are saying mathematics? Wow. Okay, how many are saying chemistry? Okay. So it seems like chemistry and mathematics are leading. I want to ask you a question. Who told you they are hard? No one. You knew from the blues they are hard. Yes? From the results. So you did a mathematics paper, you got 20, and from just one exam you decided mathematics is hard. Is that intelligent? You just told me the way you knew that from the results. Right? So you did one paper for the mathematics, and you got 40 instead of 90, and from that 40 you decided mathematics is hard? Not one. Okay. The first time you got 40, what did you think? You thought it's easy? You thought it's easy? Let me tell you how we develop our beliefs. Most of the things that you believe, they are not true. Now, I appreciate your honesty to some degree, but some of you are liars. Oh, is that painful? Okay. Now let's change that. That is painful. Let's change that. Let's be honest. How did you develop the belief that mathematics is hard? Let's be honest. Someone to tell me. Someone told us mathematics is hard before you even ever sat for the mathematics. Sure. Is that true? Let's be honest. Of course, I know you did, you experienced, that has it, but initially someone told you mathematics is hard. That's how you develop that belief. We develop our beliefs in 3 ways. One, we develop our beliefs. You can write this one down, in fact, it's good to help you. How we develop our beliefs. How we develop our beliefs. Because I'm telling you, once you know how you develop your beliefs, you can eliminate some of them that are not true. Create new beliefs, change your entire life. That's our focus. So how do we develop our beliefs? There are 3 ways in which we develop our beliefs. Number 1, which is one of the worst. Number 1 is we develop our beliefs through stories we have from other people. We develop our beliefs through stories that we had from other people. Through stories that you have from other people. And that belief includes when you see someone on a tie and a suit, you say they are successful, you had a story. If I track it down, I realize you had a story. True or false? Exactly. And if you wear a t-shirt and you wear a suit, can you have a t-shirt that is too expensive from certain suits? Sure. Is it true? Yeah. Can you buy a t-shirt that is very expensive more than certain suits? Sure. Sometimes when I wear that t-shirt, you don't think I'm successful. When I wear a suit, you think I'm successful. Is it based on reality? No. Let's be honest, that's not true. That's not based on reality. It's a story you had. Now they put on a suit, they have money. Up to now, you have never thought about it. Don't believe never came from you. Someone told you that. Okay? So the number one in which we develop our beliefs is the stories we hear from other people. We hear those stories over and over and over again until we start to believe them. And because we believe them, now we carry that belief in our heads. That's how some of us learn that mathematics is hard. What if you did hear that story? Tell me what would have happened. Imagine you never heard a story about mathematics that is hard. Do you think you would approach a mathematics class with excitement? If you never heard a story that mathematics is hard, if they told you which is the most easiest subject? Yes? English. I want something that we agree on together. This is the most common, the most easiest subject. Which one? History. Yes. Great. Now, assume when you were born, you were surrounded with people who are spreading all these rumors that mathematics is like history. Easy go, it's like history. Easy go, one of the easiest subjects. And you grew up in that environment. How would you approach a mathematics class? With excitement. This is one of the most easiest subjects. It's already in your mind. You have that belief. Would you perform better? Yes. Exactly. So are people affecting and controlling your life without your knowledge? Yes, they are. We develop our beliefs by stories other people tell us. Those stories, they are not true. So if you can change that, you can change everything. Remember, when you go to a mathematics class, you already have in your mind mathematics is hard. What is going to be the level of your concentration in class? 100% or less than 100%? Less than 100%. Are you going to really love the teacher or hate the teacher? Hate. Why are you hating the teacher? Because you don't like the subject. Why don't you like the subject? Because the fire is hard. Notice what is happening. Your belief is controlling you without your mind. Why you hate for teacher for no good reason? I mean, we are Christian. Why are you hating the teacher? Let's start from there. Remember I said you are liars and then you say that is painful. How about this? Now, why do you hate your mathematics teacher? Let's start from there. We are Christians. Is that painful enough? Something is controlling the way you are responding. What is that? Belief. Okay? So you go to a mathematics class. You don't give it your 100% concentration. Why? Even if I give it 100% concentration, I will still not pass. So why waste my time? See, you're very smart. You know what you normally say. Those are the things you tell yourself. You don't tell other people, but that's what you are thinking. So go to that class and you think, why should I waste my time? So you don't give it your 100%. Now tell me, if you do not give it your 100%, are you going to pass or fail? Why are you failing? Because you don't give it your 100%. If you gave it your 100%, would you perform a little bit better? Yes. Okay. So your other things are not as hard as we think they are. Something else is controlling our lives. True or false? True. So the end of the day, a story you had is controlling how you respond in class. Whether you love the teacher or not. Now, if a subject is hard and difficult according to you, do you really spend more time studying that subject or do you spend more time studying other subjects? Other subjects. Now, if it's really a little bit hard from those other subjects, are you going to perform better because you didn't spend more time on it, or are you going to fail? So you fail, what you tell yourself? I knew I was going to fail. So what's going on here? Who is causing all this failure? The subject?
No. Who? You. This is how people fail in life. People don't fail in life because they are not intelligent enough. People are intelligent. Very, very diligent. But they have other forces controlling their lives. They have never discovered. If you discover this at this age, because I'll tell you what, there's someone who is in their 90s. And these things are happening, they don't know where they're happening. They are not in class, but there are certain things, there are certain beliefs about life that they have. And those beliefs are controlling their lives. And they are failing every day. Not because they cannot succeed, but because another force which they have never discovered for their life, the entire life, is controlling their lives. So you get this right, fix a lot of things in your life. So number one, we develop our beliefs is stories we heard from other people. The second way you develop your belief is through experience. Second way to develop your beliefs is through experience. What do I mean by experience? Like now when you go to a mathematics class, you do it and you don't perform well. You experience the difficultiness. Okay? So because of that experience, the hardship through interaction with a situation or with something, that starts to develop a belief in you that this is hard. Okay? So the second way we develop our beliefs is through experience. Write that one down. Second way we develop our beliefs is through experience. Second way we develop our beliefs is through experience. Now, before I give you the third way, you can change those two. You change those two, you change your life. You change your performance at the end of the term. You change everything that you want to change in your life. Now, remember, when you do a maths paper and you fail for the first time, let me ask you, let's be honest. Does it mean that the mathematics or the maths paper is hard? Not really. How many of us are good at something? Anything. If you know you're good at something, anything, shoot up your hands. Anything. Okay, what are you good at? Yes? Baking. Good. What's your name? Come on there. Bridget. Now, Bridget, let me ask you a question. She's very good at baking. Okay? Let me ask you a question, Bridget. The first time you tried to bake, were you that good? You baked something that you couldn't even tell what it is. True or false? So how comes now you are good? How comes you didn't think I will never be good at baking? How comes you continue? Practice. How could you practice for something that you failed? I mean, you failed. Maths paper, you failed the first time you said it's hard, you stopped practicing. What's the difference? She failed. First time she cooked something, but she didn't stop. You did your first maths paper, you failed, you stopped. What's the difference? Yes? Really? Is that true? She believed that she can be a good baker. Even if this thing didn't work for the first time, I am still a good baker. I'll go back there, I'll bake again. I'll bake this thing until it comes out the way I want. So during the difficult moment, what was driving Bridget is belief that I am a good baker. And because I know I'm a good baker, today I didn't bake well, I am baking tomorrow until I bake well. True or false? Nobody is born knowing anything. But that belief that I believe I am, even if right now I am not producing results that reflect my belief, it doesn't mean that my belief is not true. I will continue until I produce those results. So when the times are difficult, when things are hard, belief is what drives you forward. If you keep on believing, even if something is hard, you keep on trying over and over and over again until one day you get good at it. So it's not interest. Let me surprise you. You can create interest in anything. I mean, human beings, they change. Let me tell you something else. The only human beings are interested. The way God created you, very interesting. There's no creature that is as interesting as human beings. Why? A dog can only be a dog. A dog cannot be anything else. A tree can only be a tree. But human beings, they can version themselves to anything. That's why today, you're a student. You know, 25 years from now, you could be an hostess. She can version herself to anything. A dog can only be a dog. A dog is born a dog, and dies a dog. A dog cannot change. A tree cannot change. But her and you can fashion yourself to anything that you want. That's how wonderful you are. So when you say, I am fearfully and wonderfully created, it is not a soul, it's not a verse, that's for sure. The most interesting human beings, or the most interesting creatures, human beings. Today you could be here. Remember how we talked about doctors? 15 years from now, you could be a dog. And you have the power to fashion yourself into anything that you want. So human beings can change. So it's not a matter of interest. You can learn anything you want to learn if you want to learn it. If you want to perform in math and you make a decision today, forget about all those stories. I am performing in math. I do it, I get 20, that becomes a challenge. I'm excited to do it again to prove the teacher wrong. But I don't get 20, I can get 40. In fact, when you fail, you'll be excited. It's time to prove myself. Next time they will know I am not a student used to get 20. And so you don't sleep. You do that math again, over and over again, until you start to perform. When you start to perform and get better results, what happens? You start believing more in your capability and power. So by changing something simple, you can change anything in your life. And so you don't accuse me of not reading the Bible. Let me show you where all that is before we wind up this. So you don't say, oh, Pastor came and talked about a lot of things and he never read the Bible, the book of Mark. Let me show you the book of Mark. Jesus knew this. Every time Jesus was dealing with people, he wasn't really dealing with the issue and the problems, he was dealing with their beliefs. Because you know, they can share their beliefs, they can get any result they want from him. Mark, in the book of Mark, Mark chapter 9. I'm going to read from verse 21 to 23. Mark chapter 9. I'm going to read from verse 21 to 23. It's a story that you know. Here's a gentleman who came to Jesus. He has a son who is possessed. Mark 9, 21 to 23. He has a son who is possessed. So he brings this son to the disciples. At the time, Jesus is up on the mountain praying. So he brings this son to the disciples. They try to cast out the demon. The demon doesn't go. And so this man gets into despair. And now he thinks, this is impossible. If they couldn't do it, there's no hope for me. My son will die. And so Jesus shows up in the crowd. And he sees the crowd. He asks what is happening. This man shows up and says, I brought my son to your disciples. And your disciples could not do anything. Now, there are only 2 places in the Bible where Jesus got surprised. I'll tell you those 2 places. Jesus never used to get very surprised about people. But there are 2 places Jesus got surprised. They had to do with faith. Now, listen to what this man tells Jesus. Verse 21. This is Jesus asking, how long has this been happening? Now, he's asking about the son, how long the son has been sick, and how long has the son been tormented by these spirits. So Jesus asked, how long has this been happening? Jesus asked the boy's father. He replied, since he was very small. Okay? So, this father had an experience that since the boy was very small, the boy was being tormented. When you have a bad experience for a long, long time, does that change your belief? When you have a bad experience for a long, long time, Like when you fail maths this term and next term and next term and next term. Does that shift your belief? Yes. It shifts your belief to believe math is hard because of the experience of a long time of a bad experience. So you can put yourself in the shoes of this father, that since my boy was small, he has been tormented. And so according to the father, this was almost next to an impossible situation. Because this has been impossible since the boy was young. So he says, since the boy was young, verse 22, he says, the evil spirit often makes him fall in the fire or into water, trying to kill him. Now, listen to what he says. He says, I'm reading New Living Translation. He says, have mercy on us and help us. And then he says this, do something if you can. I want you to think about that statement. Do something. Have mercy and help us. Do something if you can. What's your name? Yes? Now, faith. Can you imagine going to God and telling him, if Father you can do something, do something? What does that mean? First of all, you don't believe the Father can do something. But if he has any capability of helping, you are asking him to help. So you are not believing the Father can. Imagine someone, how many of us believe that God is, there's nothing that God cannot do? How many of us believe that? You believe that there's nothing that God cannot do? Okay. I want you to think of a person, you know there's nothing that God cannot do. Imagine someone going to God and telling God, if you can do something. Does he believe that God is able? No, he is trying things. That I've tried everything else that I've failed. So let's see Jesus. If Jesus, you are able to do something. They have got to a point where they don't believe God anymore. Not because they don't love God, the experience. Things have been so tough for them that they never thought that this situation ever changed. So they were trying. He was trying Jesus. And since the disciples could not heal the boy, then he said, let me try one more thing. Let's see whether Jesus can do anything. So he told Jesus, have mercy on us and help us. If you can do something, do it. Jesus was shocked. First time Jesus gets shocked. He was shocked because, how can you tell God if you can do something? God can do He can do all. So by the time you tell God, if you can do something, it means you don't believe that he can. And so Jesus was shocked. Listen to how he responded. Verse 22, he said, what do you mean if I can? That's what my verse says. I'm reading New Living Translation. He was shocked. He asked the man, what do you mean by that? Because according to Jesus, wasn't it that obvious that I can help? It was obvious that I can help. So he was shocked that this man doesn't believe that he can help. So he asked him, what do you mean by that? What do you mean if I can do something, I need to do something? Jesus asked, anything is possible if a person believes. So what Jesus was saying is, your boy being sick, that is not the problem. Are we together? Your boy having been sick for all this long time, that is not the problem. That problem can be solved. There's only one problem that we are facing right now. Not that of the possessed boy, but that of your ability to believe that the boy can get well. If you can get that belief in your mind, we get the boy to be well. Jesus, according to Jesus, healing a possessed boy was not a problem. But getting the father to believe that the boy can be healed, which is what is supposed to open the door for the healing. Because if the father does not believe, then Jesus cannot do anything. So he told him, if you can believe, this is the problem we are dealing here right now. Problem is your belief. Healing your boy, very easy. What is not easy? Getting you to believe. If you believe, this is an easy go. So he was shocked. And the problem that he dealt with, not the problem of the boy, the problem, the mind of the father. Immediately he called the father, and the father said, I believe, and he did one of the best things. He told Jesus, but if I have struggles believing, help me. Because the father believing was the key to get the boy well. For the father to get different results, he had to believe the boy's life can change. The boy can get healed. So he had to deal with his beliefs. The moment he changed the belief, and he told Jesus, if I am having doubt, this is what he said. He said this. He said, the father instantly replied, I do believe. Please help me not doubt. I do believe. There's like a little voice telling me it's not possible. Help me overcome that little voice. Because if I can overcome that small little voice, the game is over. The son gets healed. And the son was healed. That's the first time Jesus gets shocked. The other time Jesus gets shocked was also to do with faith. A soldier came to Jesus. Jesus seems to have a thing with sick people and soldiers and fathers. So this father comes to Jesus, a soldier, a centurion, and he has a child who is sick. And then he tells Jesus that my child is sick, and you don't need to come to my house. Just say something where you are. My son is in the house. You don't need to come there. I know you. I am a commander. I say things and things get done. Say something. You don't need to come in the house. Say something and my son will get well. Jesus was shocked. Why was he shocked? He has never seen such a man in faith. First time he sees a man without a belief at all. Second time he's shocked, he sees a man with real belief. He actually shocked and verbalized it. And he said, I have never seen in Israel, because this man was not an Israelite. I have never seen in Israel people with such a faith. So the only two times Jesus got shocked, it was to do with belief. If you want to change your life, you change your beliefs. You change your beliefs, everything else changes. Now, as we wind up, because of time, I want you to think about a belief you've been holding, and it has been limiting your life. Because there are two types of beliefs: empowering beliefs and limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs are those beliefs that you have in your mind, and they stop you from doing certain things, expanding, growing, performing better, become more confident, expressing yourself more openly. It limits your life. Those are limiting beliefs. Now, empowering beliefs, they are those beliefs that empower you to do great things, to succeed, to perform better, to do a lot of things, to become a better person. Those are empowering beliefs. Now, as you wind up, I want you to identify two limiting beliefs in your life. You know them. Let's start with the maths and physics. Right now, that is going to help. And I want you to believe that all these stories that you heard about maths and physics is not true. Why? We know people perform better in physics. It doesn't mean they are genius, or mathematics doesn't mean they are genius. Just hold a different belief. Now, change that belief, and when you change that belief, say, I am going to get more good in mathematics. And from today, every single day, I set 1 hour or 2 hours mathematics. By the time you do your exam, not this term. This term, you will perform because you are toward your exam. But the other term, by the time you get to the other term, you start performing in maths. It's that simple. You give it 2 hours every single day. Maths, 2 hours. Every day, I allocate 2 hours. I'll make this thing work. You'll be surprised by the end of the second term. You will perform so well that people will wonder, were you this genius? Because limiting beliefs makes you look like you're not a genius when you're a genius. They'll start wondering, where was this genius? Where was this mathematician? You tell them, I was around. I was just limited by a single belief. I did away with it. Here I am. This is the new me that you didn't know. I used to be like this, even when I used to get 12. I discovered what men did get 12. Here I get 90. What do you see? It's possible. It's doable. How many of us are going to do that? Let me show by the
But show of your hand. How many of us are going to do that? Great. Then the next time when God gets us to be together, I'll show you something else. So that you change your life for good. Success is your birthright. You need to get it. But you need to understand a few things that when you change, it becomes possible.